Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the ever merciful. Assalamu alaikum. What is character assassination? It is actually a form of emotional violence. Coming towards this definition, assassination is a deliberate and sustained effort to damage the reputation or credibility of an individual. The term could also be selectively applied to social groups and institutions. There are many forms of character assassination, which include spoken insults, speeches, pamphlets, campaigns, ads, cartoons, and memes. As a result of these forms, people may be rejected by other professionals, community, or members of other social environment, which actually damage the individual's reputation in the eyes of others. Now, coming towards the aspects, what are the aspects of an attack? The basic components of an attack are the attacker, the target, the medium or media, the audience, and the context. The context refers to the political system in which attack occurs. The cultural environment is basically the context of an attack. Mostly it happens in political spheres such as election campaigns. Who are the victims? Victims basically are the religious leaders, scientists, athletes, and movie stars. And common people also become target or victim of an attack. Now, coming towards the characterization of an attack. How we can categorize an attack related to character assassination. There are many terms to describe or characterize the character assassination. In terms of hierarchy, we divide it in two terms, horizontal and vertical. What is horizontal attack? The horizontal attack is such an attack in which the attacker and target have same power and resources at their disposal. While the vertical attack is such an attack in which is a situation basically in which there is vast disparity in power and resources between attacker and the target. Now there is also important point which is timing. There are live and post-mortem attacks. This is basically the timing of an attack, depending on whether or not the target is still alive. Narcissism is also important in character assassination. Character assassination is an intentional attempt, usually by a narcissist, to influence the portrayal or reputation in such a way to cause others to develop extremely negative or unappealing perception of him or her. It involves deliberate exaggeration or manipulation of facts, spreading of rumors and misinformation to present an untrue picture of target person and unwarranted and excessive criticism. Character assassination actually happens in workplaces and mostly in politics. It also happens in common man's life. But mostly when we say about character assassination, we are talking about workplace and political assassination. To undermine the individual or group's reputation and credibility, character assassination is done. It actually discourages or weakens the support base of the target, and it is actually done by negative campaigning in most of the cases. Here is a quote related to character assassination. They cannot kill the truth, so they try to assassinate the character. So it actually tells that once they realize that hating is not working, they actually start by hating the person who is doing better than them, who has more reputation, who has more power. So actually, when they realize the hating is not working, they start telling and spreading lies about you. So here comes the character assassination when people start developing negative and unappealing perception about yourself. How can we tackle this situation? and how to survive character assassination. First of all, never allow yourself to be recruited by someone to hate another person. When someone tells you something about another, do not conclude. Never conclude about anyone without knowing the truth. It is actually lack of social intelligence. Never let your mind be polluted by others. What you say about others tells more about you. So when you are talking, you must know that the person can judge you by the way you speak about others. Do not conclude about others because of what others say about them. Do not inherit others people's enemies. Friends' enemies inheritation is lack of education, is totally lack of education. Just because they are not in good terms with your friend, it cannot tell that they will be bad with you. It can never tell. When you say my friend's enemy is my enemy, you stop your growth there. He is not necessarily your enemy. Depends on it actually depends on his intentions and contributions to you. So never ever ever inherit others people's enemies. And the next point is, do not use your children as weapons of war. Never use your parental influence to make your children hate your enemies, other enemies. Guard them, but never use your influence to hate, to create hatred. Never. They have their own life circle. They you should guard them. You should tell them how to survive in that circle, not to use your parental influence to make your children hate others. Do not gang up with others to hate someone. Do not ever join majority to hate others till you see with your own eyes or hear with your own ears. Never invent in your small brain and share with your big mouth. It actually creates conflictions. Do not be used as weapon in other people's battles. Now to conclude the topic, here are some points. You should first of all observe deeply. Do not make enemy because of unlikeness. It is actually proof of your education how we respond to people whose opinions are different. These people are actually helping in our growth. Different people with different opinions help in our growth and reproduction. They are source of enlightenment and increase in your knowledge. And never judge before knowing the whole story. Avoid envy and jealousy as everyone is different. Remember that dogs bark when they do not know the person. Stay away from people who talk bad about others. Do not speak behind the backs of others. This is actually true success of your life. Here I conclude my presentation. Thank you so much. Allah Hafiz.